strongest, they look weak.
Amen.
They look like a deer in the headlights, like what just hit me? This storm, and I'm not really going to focus on the storm, but this word suddenly just caught my attention because they were coming out of doing some great ministry stuff before they came to this point. Jesus had healed Peter's mother-in-law and healed people in the countryside, and he began to teach about the cost of discipleship. He was doing some great teaching. Matter of fact, chapter 8 is really the beginning, the high point of Jesus' ministry. His sermon from chapter 5 through chapter 7 was basically his inaugural speech. That was his introduction to the world. Here I am. And then he started going to work from chapter 8. He started getting into the mix. He started delivering, setting people free. He started preaching and praying the kingdom of heaven, all of those things. And this was actually in a good time. Has anybody ever seen, and you're living in Colorado, so I know you have, a storm in April? Yeah. See, that's the kind of suddenly I'm talking about, where it's like, what? Why is that happening now? Have you ever felt like that? You ever felt like, why? Why now?
Yeah.
It's springtime. And some people have been in the springtime of their life. Things are going pretty good and they're just going along, and all of a sudden, suddenly, suddenly happens. Don't assign blame. Don't start pointing the finger right away. Because when you start pointing the finger, that's when you start messing things up. But look at it as an opportunity for God. It's an opportunity for Satan if you go the wrong way with it. But it's definitely an opportunity for God to help you in your life. Hallelujah. I'm just trying to teach this thing real quick. The disciples were on a boat. They were on the boat. And it's interesting because I love the fact that they were on this boat, because it meant that everybody had to stay on board. Another thing that happens when suddenly happens is that we get this mentality of every man for himself. There are families that split up because of sudden. There are people that walk away from their help. You know, they walk away from the church because suddenly just hit them. See, suddenly it is a dangerous thing if you're not prepared for it. And that's why, for some of you, this is a reactive message. You've gone through it, and now you need to know this information. Some of you are about to go through suddenly. Some of you suddenly is right around the corner. And you need to hang on to these words, and I pray that you do, because they're going to help you when suddenly happens. When suddenly happens, the disciples, everybody downs them because they ran down and they said, Master, carest not that we should perish. But you tell me what they were supposed to do. They had Jesus on board. Who else you gonna run to? Yeah. Who else? Amen. Where else am I gonna go? The Bible says that